Peace.
Yo, what up?
What up? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's up, Bhramabull? Welcome to Strictly for My Diggers Season 4.
Yeah, well, thank you, man. Strictly for my diggers. What's up?
Yeah, you already know. So the name Bhramabull, where does that come from?
It comes from an NFL Films record.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, you know, with LimeWire, you would burn everything. Like, you know, I was getting NFL Film sound because the NFL Film shit, come to find out that record's like worth $200. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there was like talking on the record, and then one time the dude says Bhramabull. Like, you could tell on a record when like almost like a break when shit is like sitting right there for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Cut that out, put it on the MPC 2000, and like I just kept like hitting the button. I was with the homie, you know, and I'm like, yo, I wasn't, you know, nobody called me the Bhramabull or nothing like that. I just like the way this shit sounds, right?
Right.
So I just ran with it with the mixtapes and everything, and I just kept it going. Just switched up the way it's spelled.
Right. Oh, I see the vinyl in the back. Okay, so you're definitely a digger.
Some samples. I mean, that's the Conan the Barbarian. I got some shit. This Orca I just got, Rocky. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, yeah, I gotta go this way. But look, the Mob Deep shit, the Ready to Die shit.
Okay.
Now, the Ready to Die is original. I got that when it came out. That's like a promo shit. But there's some other shit like the Del Jones. That's my uncle right there.
Okay.
They redid his pressing. So rest in peace. They found mad people were sampling this shit, and they just redid it, and they split the bread with this family and shit. So,
right. So you say you're from LA?
No, I'm from Philadelphia.
Oh, you're from Philly, but you reside in LA. Okay.
Right, exactly. Yep.
So that explains the boom bap sound. You know what I mean? I was like,
right.
LA.
Like, I wasn't born here and like it over there and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was really, you know, Philadelphia's close to New Jersey.
Right.
New Jersey. You know, that's the sound that I was brought up on. More Just Blaze, you know, Pete Rock, Jay Dilla. Right. So that was my influences.
Okay. So when did you start making beats? What year did this all take place for you?
Shit. You know what? I got a tape player one time, and like, you know, when you can like rewind it, bring it back, and record over parts.
Right.
I couldn't really make like a pause tape. I couldn't figure it out. Like my equipment wasn't right or some shit.
Right.
So then I got, you know, in the basement of my house, there was like a keyboard that had sound effects in it.
Okay.
And I was fucking around with that as a kid. Then I got the MPC 2000. So I would say like really making beats, it's been like 11 years.
Okay.
A little bit more than that. I don't want to say over like 11.
Right. So
going crazy lately, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So do you still use the MPC 2000? Is it the XL or the 2000?
Nah, I had the XL. I had it.
Right.
I felt like I mastered it. The spinning of the wheel gets a little exhausting, but then I figured out you can hold shift and it goes faster.
Right, indeed.
After a year after I fucking had it. But still, I was trying to record 8 tracks out. My main problem was tracking things out because I come from like a mixing engineer. I went to school for mixing and engineering.
Okay.
So I'm like, yo, it'll sound better if I track everything out. I got the 8 outs,
right? You
know, on the back of it.
Indeed.
And then you got to have 8 ends. It's the 002 or the 003. I couldn't afford the 00.
Right.
To track it all in, to sync it up, to do the levels. And then I got the 4000. Now the 4000 was probably the best machine I ever had. You know, that had a lot more options, more effects, buses. I got busy on the 4000. But then I moved out to California, and I was not bringing it with me. Right. Like the shipping on the shit was crazy. I had a box, I had a road ready box, but I didn't want to bring it. So I'm like, look, this is my chance to go digital, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got the machine. I was thinking about what to get. The MPC 1 wasn't out, but I got the machine. I saw Havoc rocking with it. I saw Ninth Wonder rocking with it, and those two, if they rocking with it and they switching over to that, Havoc is one of my inspirational, like,
Absolutely.
and, Ninth Wonder, you know. So I just went over to that side, and I've been rocking with it ever since.
Now, I've heard horror stories about the machines, that the buttons are, you know, hard to press. You know, somebody tried to sell me a machine because he said it was horrible. I heard a few horror stories. Have you experienced that with the machine?
Well, I had the little one first, the micro. It's real intricate, bro. Like, it's not, I guess every beat machine is hard. It took me a long time to learn it and really to like turn it on and start working. You know what I'm saying? Without trying to learn something every time. Use it. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you get busy with the machine that you've been studying on, that's when you're out of here. But I like using the computer and a beat machine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't just boot up the beat machine and I just use everything here. I'm used to doing that, but now you can put plugins on every track. Now you can like slide the little blocks over. Like, now you can put like expression in the hi-hats. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like, because I got the engineering background, it's like I could manipulate the sound and put things in different places better with the computer attached to it. It's more buttons, it's more everything. You know what I'm saying? And I like doing intricate shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like over compressing my shit so it sounds crazy. Like, and that's where I practice in the beat. But as far as the machine right now, I just stayed loyal to it, and now it's paying off that whatever I'm thinking, I could really do.
So when you had the MPC 2000 XL and the 4000, were you reading the manuals or were you cutting it on and just messing with it?
I was just messing with it. Like, if, how to do the effects and the sliders. I'm like, what the fuck do these sliders do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to figure out how to put the channel into a aux mode and send the signal over there. You know what I'm saying? And it worked. The way it sounds is better than anything. You know, the kicks, the samples sound like, I don't know, it's dither or something on them, but they sound really good. The way it sounds is second to none. You know what I'm saying? And I trust in technology that like they'll find a way for it to sound kind of like it. I didn't want to be stuck in the box of doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love just turning it on and everything, but it's like a digital age. You know what I'm saying? Like, right now, I'm using the stem separator shit. Like, and I'm talking to other people. I don't use that shit. Nah. But yo, that's more options. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to progress in this space. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a lot of fun. I like the digital. I like where I'm at with the digital. It just has more progress to go further.
And would you say that the workflow is easier? Like, you can get beats done and things quicker because it's digital?
Yes. Because the machine, you could drag and drop that shit right in the Pro Tools. So if you got a line, you know, little things like that makes the workflow easier, because I had hit walls with the workflow with certain hardware, like standalone hardware that wasn't connected to the internet. You know what I'm saying? But once you find your groove, you know, your pattern might be different from somebody else's. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you find the way you like the way you move your shit around or get it into Pro Tools, because I wasn't dropping my beats into Pro Tools in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Then I was talking to an engineer, like, he's like, why don't you do that? Aren't you trying to make your shit sound the best it can? You know what I'm saying? So
hold on. So you weren't, when you say you weren't dropping into Pro Tools, your beats were coming straight out the machine?
Straight out the machine. And an engineer, I was in like a big studio, like Paramount Studios. He had mixed for everybody type shit. He's like, why wouldn't you put it into Pro Tools? Like, he kind of tested my gangster, like, why aren't you trying to make your shit sound the best that you know how to make it? But sometimes niggas don't want their shit mixed. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want it to sound gritty. But
Right.
send a beat to somebody, I'll send a 2-track, right?
Right.
And then after they send me the vocals, or I'll tell their engineer, like, yo, you want to send the stems. Like if the drums are sitting too high, or like they like them under a little bit more, or if they send me the tracks, what I've been doing, I've been mixing around the beat, around the vocals.
Right.
So they'll send me some shit back, and I know they like it gritty, or I'll go off their reference, right? How they send it to me back. And I'll just dance around it. You know what I'm saying? I might mix it and then put that 2-track on top, and just take the mids of the 2-track and just hide them in there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Just so make it as best as I can.
So when you make a beat, okay, you make a beat, you send it to somebody. You're gonna send them the beat straight out the machine first, right? And if they like it as is that okay with you?
Right, but yes, because I don't want to fuck with it too much. I've done that. Or I'll just put the 2-track in the Pro Tools and like sauce it a little there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got the Fab filter, right? Finally got it. 5 years of saving up to get it. There's ways that you can just reduce or put like a de-esser on it if it's like too tinny, right? I'll just like sauce the 2-track. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I send it back to, or there's some of them where I'll track everything out and make the vocals, make a pocket for the vocals, so it's sitting, and I'll use like a reference of like a Benny track. You know what I'm saying? Or Alchemist track. And like match that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Right. Somebody that the artist sounds like.
So do you find that most the people you work with, they want just the 2-track? They don't want the mix? Or do they have to have it mixed?
No, they don't have to, because I'll ask them questions like, they send me the vocals, I put the 2-track, then I send it to my engineer, right? I got an engineer that we've been working for mad long. He knows my sound or whatever.
Right.
And if anything, I'll send it back to them. And if they're like, yo, it sounds like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll listen to it. They'll probably like it, but I'll listen to it. Then I'll sauce the 2-track or mix it and send it back to the engineer. And then I'll be like, yo, I'll send them a reference. Like, I need to sit like Benny's vocals on this shit. You know what I'm saying? Or like I'll send them Explosive by Dr. Dre, like something that's perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And whatever matches the artist's sound. And then I'll try to get it there. And then even if his don't work, I might sauce up the 2-track a little bit, like to get it perfect. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I've been noticing my highs are really high.
Right.
In that 5, 7, 8K realm. But so I got a little template that like calms down my beats a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they usually like the 2-track, you know, and sometimes I'll do all that and then just go back to a version from before.
Right.
Try to make it as good as I can.
So you, being that you have this mixing background, you can listen to every other people's thing and be like, okay, that wasn't mixed.
Right.
Like I don't have a background in mixing or mastering anything like that. I'm just straight beats. But would you say Griselda, a lot of this stuff doesn't sound like it's mixed. It sounds real gritty, like he takes it straight out the machine.
Well, when I was in the session with Conductor, Rome Streets, Daniel Son, and all that, I think the beats, they get them and they ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they just send them to everyone else. So I think they're not mixed.
They're just coming straight out the machine.
I don't think they're mixed. You know what I'm saying? Because in that realm, boom, them, like, you shouldn't mix your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
why not?
I just feel like that grit is a part of the sound. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I think they like certain grit on their beats. You know what I'm saying? I worked with when I got the placement with Rome, I went through 3 beats and he picked the 3rd one, right? I didn't know he was gonna pick that one, but the other ones, like the one that he picked was like my grittiest beat. You know what I'm saying? And that's Rome Streets. You know what I'm saying? But with Monday Night, I got some stylistics, no drum shit, and I mixed the fuck out of that sample because it was a no drum. It has to be totally together. You know what I'm saying? And he picked that one. You know what I'm saying? So clean. I think it was like a wave file that I sampled. You know what I'm saying? So I just think like the mixing goes for different artists. You know what I'm saying? The one that I did with Daniel's son, that wasn't mixed. I mixed that one. Like the kick, I wanted the kick to just hit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to put some subs in my sounds, like as much as it's necessary, because I just feel like the low end and car play, and it balances with the vocals really nice. So yeah, I think the Griselda shit, I don't think it's mixed, bro.
Right. Now, do you think it sounds bad because it's not mixed, as you have that background?
Nah, because it's all about the rapper.
Right.
It's not about the beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've heard a lot of tracks. I've heard a few tracks from special producers that it's like that beat is so crazy, like anybody can rap on that shit, but no fucking instrumentals go #1. Like, niggas ain't spinning like instrumentals like that. It's from the whole shit. Like, it's from the rapper telling his story on it that makes it the beat sound better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really, even as the producer, like, there's not a lot of beats that save rappers. You know what I'm saying? There's more rappers that save the beats or make a black beat fucking sound fire because you fire. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like it's what the rapper can make your beat sound incredible, even if you think it's not mixed or it sounds crazy. Because as a producer, you know, like, you're gonna hear that bullshit, like, damn, I should have did this, or damn, that snare is just a little like this. You know what I'm saying? But nobody else is gonna hear that shit.
Right, because like the average fan, the average listener don't know what's what.
Right, for sure.
They don't know what's what. They just know it sounds fire. They don't know this hi-hat is off. This wasn't tweaked. This wasn't EQ.
Right, it's kind of tinny here. Like, they don't give a fuck. They'll only give a fuck when they try to turn that shit up mad loud.
Right.
And that's why I send my shit to the engineer. Because I was mixing my shit for a second. Like, the Avalanche with Degree and Rick Hyde. I did all that shit. We rushed it. I couldn't send it to my engineer. They love it. You know what I'm saying? But I still think like there's so much shit wrong with it. You know what I'm saying?
And they used it. They used it anyway.
Yeah, they used it. He came to the stew. We shot the video the next day, and they used it. City was in there, like raising faced out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but I did do some 2-track shit to it, and I raised like a little level, but they ain't see that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, it's only gonna bother the producer, and I know the rapper probably is like, yo, I could have said that better or some shit too. So it's
right. So I see all the vinyl in the background. So how often do you go digging? Is there a lot of nice places to dig in LA?
Oh yeah, it's a great place to dig. I try to build relationships with the places that I go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you go in, you drop $100.
Right.
They not say, but a couple words. You know what I'm saying, to the guy, and then you show your loyalty by coming back a lot. Now, there's Cosmo Records in Burbank. I like the record collector on Melrose Avenue right there.
Right.
That's a fire spot. Now, Amoeba is fire, but it's mad people in there. That's like the touristy spot to go. But they got fire posters, and they're going to have the books you look for. You know what I'm saying? But really, I'll be digging online, bro.
Okay.
Lately, I've been because you see a couple of them in still boxes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like it's a space thing to me now. You know
Absolutely, yeah. I'm out of room too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, wifey will be like, "Yo, the package is on the porch." You know what I'm saying? Like, more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, I'm at the point where I got so many. Like, they're in sections. Like, all these are organized alphabetically. But these over here are like ones I listened to that I didn't put in the Discogs. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta like organize, have some sort of organization to know what, so you don't get the same shit over and over. You know what I'm saying? And then there's a pile of ones that I haven't even listened to yet. You know what I'm saying? So digging out here is fire. You may have to drive a little bit, but you know, I just feel like everybody's looking for something different as a record collector. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know, so and then you might see shit online. I take the screenshot of the fucking shit that I don't know, right? I put it into the app that does the reverse search, right? And then it'll tell you what it is. So then if I can't even read the cover, if it's some Japanese shit or something like that, it'll tell you what it is. So you can clock it. So, and I do digital digging. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been doing digging on the internet for years because I couldn't afford certain records. You
right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's really about like, it might be some shit that you hear and you might have to go to YouTube to just fucking go get it. I got a Spotify Ripper. I got a YouTube Ripper. You know what I'm saying? That changes it. And it's just like, once you get the inspiration or like, yo, you might just hear some shit. How can you find it? And like, while you still creative to run your type of beat. So yeah, I dig a lot. I've slowed down because it's like a space thing, you know, and like I want to listen to the shit that I already got because I'm behind like 70 records. You know what I'm saying? Some aren't even open in the box, so I'm starting to listen different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Before.
Right. So when you dig online, are you digging by artist? Or are you digging by genre? How are you when you say, "Oh, I'm gonna make a beat. I want to go digging"? What do you start with? Do you Japanese soul, or you have a? You know?
I got a little folder, right? So I'll sample throughout the day. I work for myself, right? And I'll put on a couple records, right? And just have them on while I'm doing shit on the phone. Pause it, bring it back, because now every record that I got, I want to listen to. Like it's like I know it's not gonna be no bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'll play that, and if I find a spot, I'll just record it in the computer real quick. And there's like a bin of all the pieces, and I try to label them real quick, right? Or there'll be like YouTube pages that got all the expensive records on there, right? I get the link, burn that shit, right? And turn it into a wave. So throughout the day, I'm like, okay, yo, let me grab that. You know what I'm saying? Let me burn that real quick. And then in that folder, it'll be by time. So it'll be like, yo, today there's like 5 different pieces, right? And then I'll go through that. That's my normal way of when I get in front of the beat machine and do that. Sometimes I'll go back to like 2017, right? Where my drums were garbage. I didn't know how to EQ shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know shit, but the sample's still in there. Like the core of the whole shit, right? I'll go back and bring that back. Or maybe I chopped it up dope. You know what I'm saying? I'll save that piece and then bring it into my new drums. You know what I'm saying? And restart with that already ready. And then sometimes I'll be listening to music like, who the fuck? Where did I hear that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've heard that. That's got to be either. If I know nobody knows everything, you know what I'm saying? But it might spark some shit like, ain't that this? Or I'll go to who fucking sampled the shit, right? See that, right?
Right.
Yo, it's time to bring this shit back. Or I'll just go to that, and then there's a producer that I never heard of or something like that, right? That I'm just getting put on to, like, oh, he made that beat? Like the Spanish nigga from People Under the Stairs or something. I just found
yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I learned that, yo, he was nice. I've been listening to this. Then I'll go through what he was using for his beats, right? And then I'll be like, yo, that's fire. They had this other one. Then I'll go into that producer, and it'll be like daisy chain or digging. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, you gotta switch it up because it gets old. Like just checking my list, loading it in. You know, chop here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or I'll sometimes the machine got sounds in there. They're like royalty free.
Right.
You know, and I'll fuck with that. Either I keep it or not, but it's always the second one that kind of goes crazy. So
wow. So you mentioned drums. Where are the drums coming from? Are they coming off vinyl? Where are you getting drums from? Online?
I buy the packs. I buy the packs.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll get them off of fucking records. You know what I'm saying? Like if I find some shit, I'll keep it. But I get the packs. But like, and I got 808s and you know, like the Havoc kit, right? From back in the day. I'll build a whole session of all my hitters, right? Of loops, like shakers, snares, and kicks, like dirty kicks, like the kick before the real kick, like boom, you know, that little kick joint. And then I got my go-to shit. Like basically I opened up the same template every time. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then it's called like 2K19 template, right? Sometimes I go back to that and switch some shit up.
Right.
Like I find some new shit. Ones that I don't use as much, I'll replace them in there. You know what I'm saying? My crashes, beat makers are, you know, I like percussion. And I'm still a drum guy. You know what I'm saying? I have been making no drum joints. But niggas be asking me, yo, make a beat on, I did a drum, make a beat while we sitting here and we'll film you. What the fuck, I'm gonna make a no drum there? What the fuck is that? Right. I was like, yo, I'm putting everything in this beat, yo. Like, word, like it's online. I fuck with the no drum shit, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm starting to make like hybrid shit. Like it'll go no drum through half the joint, right? And I'll put like the know-it-all shit I did. Fiji, it was no drum because he loves no drum, right? No drum all day. And then it'll just be like hi-hat comes in, then snare. Then I'll build it up to some drums coming in for a second, and I'll finish it all the way out. Like, you know, I think it's cool. Like, you know, 3-Way Slim, no drum. You know, but I think it's cool to try to find. Like either they pick one with drums or like me try to change it up so they can rap on the shit. And I think that's fucking fire. You know what I'm saying? Challenge.
Right. So are you finger drumming, kicks, snare, banging it all out, or do you use break beats and loops?
I use a mixture of both. So basically, like I'll have like a boom tee tap tick tee. Like something from a record, crunchy as a motherfucker, right? That's a
loop. That's a loop, right?
That's looped, right? So I'll hit them on the one and make sure it comes back around with poly. You know what I'm saying? But with the fucking machine, you can make it so it's fucking perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like the stairs may not be quantized because that's some Ableton shit with the freeze. You can move the snare on and shit, but want that kind of swing on it, right? I might loop that up. It'll loop. So I'll press it once and it'll come back around without it being gripped. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'll switch up the drums, right? So there's this app that takes the kicks out of it. So if it's like boom tee tap ticky tee tap, there's no kick. So it'll take the kick out. So then I put my own shit in.
Right. Okay.
Right. So, but it's not on time. So my swing gotta be right. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I want that feel of the hi-hats, but the kick is like crunchy little fucking vinyl shit. Right. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So the app takes that out. I replace it with my shit. You know what I'm saying? My go-to kind of what makes me kind of kick. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then if the hi-hat is in there, I'll accent that or add to it. And sometimes I go crazy like and rolls and shit, you know. But I basically try to it's fun and shit to do this, but bring it all together to make it sound like one, like some Havoc shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I take a lot of pride in my drums, like Vinny Idol does that, Just Blaze does things like that. Because I want the crunch of the sample, but I still want the knock of something made, like a Wonder drum or something that I've created, you know? And then I try to find how to make it flow. Or sometimes I cut half of it out and keep my drums going on the second half, like try to get creative with it. But I mix all that shit together, to be honest with you. And then put the bass line in there on some like Jay Dilla shit, you know, or some Harry Fraud shit. Like, and try to like use everything that I've learned and listened to, but like try to make it like my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, speaking of bass lines, are you playing your own bass lines? Or are you filtering the sample to get the bass out? Where do the bass lines come from?
Well, sometimes I do that, but with the fucking stem separator, right? I've been doing this lately. Like, this is the new shit I've been fucking with. It's like I'll filter out because they got buttons up top. That's like vocals, drums, and there's a bass one. I'll duplicate the shit out and only make the bass, right? Gas that shit up. And it'll kind of like tell me what to play, right? I got the key. The Waves got this key, tell you where the key is at. No, the Serato tells you where the key is at. I got a little keyboard here. I already got my bass set up. Fucking, who's the white dude that goes into the and makes the beats? Kenny Beats. He sent me some bass lines, like on some real shit, like run these up, like on some like I believe in you type. I'm gonna send you my bass lines, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I am buy them or nothing. Like it was just some Twitter shit. So I got this shit so like my bass, like I don't even be looking on what fits. I just run the same bass every fucking time. You know what I'm saying? Just I want it to be like my bass. You know how like Jay Dilla got a bass. You know what I'm saying? Like Havoc got a bass.
Kev Brown got a bass line. He's supposed to be the king of the bass lines, you know. You know what I'm saying? Kev Brown. Shout out to Kev Brown.
And then it's like, oh, that sounds like Bhramabull bass. If I come up, you know what I'm saying? So it sounds good on every fucking thing.
Right.
I got it tuned all right, middle C, got the gas plugins on it, and every time it's hitting. So I'll follow that bass line. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I'll make filtered out beats, and the bass line will be under like the filter type beats. But
So yeah.
Different shit, different times.
Yeah. So you're heavy. I've just talked to you. You're heavy into technology and apps and plugins and all these things that help you tweak and make these beats sound ill.
Yeah, I am, you know, because it's just the mixing shit that got me, and like hitting walls that probably I could have did on the MPC 4000, but I ain't have enough knowledge yet on what was hot. Like thinking that the MPC was going to change everything, but it was kind of like a learning kind of tool type shit. I battled with the MPC a couple times. You know what I'm saying? I used to battle and shit. Never won one. I came in second like 3 times, but you know, I did that shit. I had bangers on there, but then something's going to be better every time. You know what I'm saying? Like something's going to smash the machine that I'm on, and I'm going to use this whole thing and try to progress or try to make it as clean or my sound as I can. You know, it's really about trying to get the sounds that I use to all like mesh together right. But I'm heavy in the technology for sure.
So what's your sweet spot when it comes to the BPMs?
Like 79, 81, because that's what my template starts out on. Every time it's like 79 and 81.
Still no higher than that?
No, I like to speed the shit up. Like I really do like faster beats. I love Rock Marciano and all that shit. Dopest. I just don't want my shit to sound too slow. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not where I'm at. I worked with some Bay Area artists, you know, up tempo. I like things to be a little faster. Like, yo, if y'all play my shit and you feeling it, you might be on the chick on some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so I'm trying to attract females to my shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want it to be too slow. The slow shit is crazy. Rock Marciano is a GOAT. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just saying he's just the only person that comes to mind when I'm thinking that. But I don't want to be in that 72. You know what I'm saying? If he hits me, I'm gonna make some shit. But if I'm making some shit just to put in my pack that I'm gonna send out, it's going to be 79, 82, 3, 4 from that. Or I might go double time. So it's like, and then double up on the bars. You know what I'm saying? But Kanye West, you know what I'm saying? Heat makers. It's just, I didn't even know who they were. Who was making these beats? Just Blaze. You know what we do is run. That's a Philly anthem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's like 89. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, a little faster with my tempos, to be honest.
Right. So, on average, how many tracks are your beats?
Like 6.
6.
6 with the crashes, the percussion, the
samples.
sample, the kicks and the snares, then the loop, and then I might have some like little sound effects shit.
Right, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I just recently started adding that to like make that shit sound a little different. Like I got pads that are just like. Now,
where are you finding the sound effects from? Are they built into the plugins, or are you finding them?
No, they're built into the machine. So when you cop the machine, everybody comes with like stock kits. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
But I'll look on the internet and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's this site called Drum Broker. It'd be like, yo, psychic sounds. You know what I'm saying? Some shit, and I'll just edit them in the template project. You know what I'm saying? Because like I switch up my drums and sounds like every maybe 3-4 months. You know what I'm saying? I'll hear some new shit and then I'll just add like, because when you get these producer packs, it's like there might be like 2 sounds in there that you ain't got and you ain't heard. You know what I'm saying? You take them, put them into your freaking your template, and you just keep building around it, and then all the whack shit dies out. Or if you feel like you're using a sound on every beat, it's like, that was only 3 months. I gotta switch it up and find something like it. You know?
Right. So, what do you think you need to work on to get better at as far as beat making? What is your challenge?
I think it's the simpler, being simpler. Like,
because you sound very calm. I'm sitting here like, what the hell is he talking?
Right.
So detailed.
Mad detail, and it's not like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like having too much knowledge on the side and EQ and all this shit.
Right.
I'm trying to get simpler with like subtraction now. You know what I'm saying? Like listening to something like, okay, give it the car test or like bump it. That don't need to be in there, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And automation inside of the beat. You know what I'm saying? Of blocking things out and covering it with nothing. You know what I'm saying? And start to study the classics of those songs that last forever. And what makes them last forever? It's not just the lyrics. The beat just had this many fucking sounds in it. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm going back, and if the shit is under a certain amount of dBs, I'll just delete it.
Right.
You know
now, do you see that? I think nowadays the beats are becoming more and more minimalist.
Right.
Where you don't have to put all this too much into it.
Right.
Even like like back in the day, taking samples, a bunch of different samples to make one beat. Nowadays, they use one sample. And do you feel because there's so many people out here making beats and people are putting out music faster and faster. It's not like the 80s and the 90s where your favorite artist came out once or twice a year, came out once every 2 years. It's like constantly. So as a beat maker, I notice like loops are in now. Like people are not chopping it up into a million pieces and things like that. And do you think it's because how fast we have to make beats and now we're just looping shit?
I think the whole fucking the social media and the media put that on you that you gotta make shit mad fast. You know what I'm saying? I like the way it's going with just a loop in there. You know what I'm saying? Producers had to figure out how to, Nicholas Craven sends fucking Ransom 600 beats at a time. You know what I'm saying? Like, or it's like 200 beats. Like, he found a way to like, yo, he's gonna be listening to this and he gonna pick 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just adjusting to the times. And it is a minimalistic thing. That's another thing that I'm working on the speed and minimalistic. But yo, there's fire ass beats with bad fucking sounds in them. It's just gotta sound right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I agree with you, especially in the underground hip hop kind of realm that we in. Nigga, if you're not dropping every month,
it just seems
yeah. You know,
seems like you got to constantly be making beats, and it takes a long time to sit there and try to chop up and put these different records, and how premiering it would seem like that took a lot of time. But you got to realize they weren't dropping as frequently as these artists are now. So I notice now it's going back to it's not even about showing your skill as a producer as far as, oh, I took a stab from here, I took this from this record, this from that record. Now it's like, yo, let me show that I have an ear for music and find something ill for the MC to rhyme over. Right. Even if it's just a loop.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Artists don't even want too much in their beat.
Right.
You trying to outshine me. Why you putting mad sounds in that motherfucker?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's some people that like that shit, but there's some people it's just like, just take the first 5 seconds and loop that shit. You know what I'm saying? Or some artists will be like, yo, just take the drums out. That's happened to me a couple times. I'm not tripping. It's just teaching me that like it's a lyricist kind of time we're in, right? It's not a beat time. You know what I'm saying? It's poetry. It's painting a picture for the artist. You know what I'm saying? And it's beats are kind of like losing, I guess, value because there's so many. But it's just like this is just, even if it was just a hi-hat and DJ Mustard produced it, it would be high.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not a beat technical time right now.
So I'm glad you're saying that, because now we're about to move into the other part of the interview.
Right.
Do you think that because it's not how you said it, a beat? What's the word? How do you say it again? It's not a beat.
Beat time
or whatever. Right. Do you think we get taken advantage of because of that?
I agree. I think so. There have been like, I know if I reach out, like I don't even send packs out.
Right.
Like if I have Conway's email, I would do it now because I have so many records with people. But if I was like didn't have no records with no one and I was looking for a shot, I just wouldn't send that shit. Conway's one of my favorite artists. I just know he ain't gonna pick my shit. I've never met him. I've done the whole send it to the A&R and he gonna try to get it over there, send it to my email, and then all them fire beats that you got is locked down because you think Conway gonna get one. You know what I'm saying? I would rather meet somebody. Conway, what up? Can I get that email so I'm gonna send you some shit? I'm gonna send you some shit as soon as I get home. And then send it, then say like, look, I sent that shit. You know what I'm saying? But getting taken advantage of is just like, that comes with the game. I feel like as a producer, because look, you make beats too. You know where we at when we trying to work. We sitting in front of a computer, bro. You know what I'm saying? We probably dolo with a blunt of 40, and like it's some lonely shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like almost technical kind of artist painting type shit. So I think anybody could get really taken advantage of. It's like how you see it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because
you know, you can say what you want to say. Like,
I mean, like. It's
maybe
like,
I'm in denial, nigga.
no. But it's like you know, as a beat maker, there's so many people doing it. Conway has so many people in his inbox. You know, why should he pay you for that beat?
Why?
You know what I mean? So it's like he's making bread, but the producer who's making the beat is going to work on Monday.
Right.
While he's getting on the plane to go on tour.
Right.
You know, and it's like
it's
like we're giving these free beats to you know what I mean?
That's why I rather, if I found a homie online that's going in on social media, got shows, nigga, invested into like going to the studio, making content, and like that's more of a chance than Conway picking your fucking beat. I'll send that nigga a beat. And like I just try to dig, and strictly for my diggers, I dig on artists that got potential that I know ain't gonna quit. Cause you know yourself, niggas didn't quit on you. You know what I'm saying? Like
or they won't invest in themselves.
Or they won't invest in themselves.
And that's the big thing. It takes money. You have to put some bread behind this.
Have to. If I give you the beat, let's go half on advertising on some shit. Yo, the site is busy. Let's run it. I've been doing the fucking Spotify inside the fucking Spotify for artists, the showcase, the marquee. Nigga, that shit goes crazy. Like, I can see stats at the end. Throw me $25 on this shit. Or like, yo, okay, we're going to get a blog post, right? Throw me half on that. Like, or they'll video. I'm doing that now. You get a shot, I'll throw half on the editing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, and then you got to go for it. Like that single that we working with, I want to see how you gonna run this hype. You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna let it die after a couple of weeks? Are you gonna keep posting every day in your stories? Like that's what I dig for. Like artists that do that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then the major artist is gonna see like, that's how I'm interviewing with you. Mad motherfuckers got this nigga's beats. You know what I'm saying? Like I hear you drop on mad shit.
Right. So yeah, and let's talk about that because you know I was listening through your catalog today on YouTube. I'm like, damn, he did Rome Street, T. Water, Vic Spencer. How did you do that? I mean, did you have to pay these guys? Did they buy these beats from you? How did that work?
No, they didn't buy the beats. I sent them the beat.
And so you just randomly was just reaching out to these guys and just,
or I make sure I give them something real shit. Like I'm coming. I have to be different from other producers. I'll send you a pack, but what's gonna make you like something on my pack? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I got money for a bottle and bud while you listen to my fucking
word.
You know what I'm saying? I got you on bud, or like, yo, I'll pay for the studio. How much is the studio, right? Oh, $100. I got you on 50 right now. After you cut the shit, I'll send you the other 50, right? Like, I was really like, that was the only way I felt like I could get in. You know what I'm saying? Like, Vic Spencer, like, I met him through a DJ. You know what I'm saying? So the DJ, I'm like, yo, you still DJ for Vic Spencer? He's like, nah, but I can link you with him, right? Even if they say it's like $300, I'll be like, I'll give you $50 every 2 weeks, right? On some shit. Like when I get paid, a piece of this is going to you. Boom. You know what I'm saying? A couple people I did $25 a week type shit. You know what I'm saying? And then that opened the door for like other shit. So it would be like, yo, Brahma, just send the beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, we see your work. You worked with Vic Spencer. You worked with Guilty Simpson. Like, reaching out to before I couldn't even reach out to motherfuckers and they wouldn't even hit me back. what I'm saying? I did the mixtape shit.
Right.
Wouldn't even promote my mixtapes that I spent mad money on to fucking promote them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
you would say you're gonna put more money into this before you make any money right now, right? In the beginning.
Now, I told myself this year, I told my wife this year, I'm gonna run it up. Like I'm gonna raise my value so high and work with niggas on the come up. I got a Rico Sama shit on the way. I got I just did the rim. I got 2 D.I.G.G.A.Z. Like I'm gonna run it up so crazy and flood the shit with my beats. Like right now, I'm sitting on like 50 tracks finished. You know what I'm saying? And work with people that are either we build something together. Some people break bread with me to get on my shit, and I'll do the promotion. You know what I'm saying? So there's artists like that. Some people I gotta pay to get on my shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's not as high as it would be if I was just didn't do shit. You know what I'm saying? And we do payment plans and all that shit. Or some people will be like, yo, I got you, Brahma. Just send me the beat. I got you. But I still send them money for bud. I still send them the bottle shit. Because like when they tell somebody else about me, I want that shit to be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I didn't think it'd be, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to go through this year, no blemishes, but working with as many people as I could that was grinding. So that's how I get it cracking. Some people like fuck with me and they'll be like, yo, I don't need no bread. But some people will be like, yo, bro, I need 100. Can you do 100? You know what I'm saying? I still only pay them half. And then when I get the tracks back, they get the other half. I don't care if that's fucking $25. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then some people I'll give $100 to, and they can't finish for like a year.
Right.
But they still hold on to the deal. Just send me some shit. They going up crazy, and it's still $100. They charging other people like $800.
Yeah. Because what was crazy since I started this platform, you know, I had recently had a producer who had on here. He connected me with Vic Spencer and said, yo, Vic Spencer said aside, send him some beats. So, you know, I sent him some beats or whatever, you know. So, yeah, I see what you're saying.
That nigga's nice, though.
Yeah, he is. He's crazy nice. He's crazy.
So you shot him some beats?
Yeah, I shot him. I haven't heard nothing back yet, but, you know, or whatever, you know, shot him some beats. So what would you say the best way for someone who has no real track record to get in the game? Is it following your footsteps? Or what would you say? Find some artist on the come up that's serious about investing in the music, or just send out
bands that runs around with the clique you trying to get beats to, or like a homie in there and get him to believe, right? Like, yo, I'm nice. Follow Vic Spencer's homie, right? Ace #1, and work with like. I might work with Primo Rice, a different kind of sound. He's from Houston, but I know he's charging mad bread for his tracks. I'm gonna work with a couple of his mans though, off his label. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I've been working with Rick Hyde and he,
yeah. Now, how'd you get in with them?
Well, that was through my boy, my A&R homie. I call him an A&R because he's my homie. And whenever we go to shows together and he be knowing people, he's from New York. He linked me with an artist named D.I.G.G.A.Z, right?
Okay.
D.I.G.G.A.Z is in BSF, but as like an affiliate. But now he's in there. You know what I'm saying? Before he was an affiliate. He's like, yo, I kick it with them. He proved it to me. I got the picture with Benny. He knew all the people in there. I started working with him. And then he's like, yo, Rick Hyde wants to jump on this track, but he just needs A, B, and C. I'm like, nigga, I'll scrape that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll scrape them.
Now, when you said he wanted to jump on the track, was that for his project or for your project?
I made the beat, but it was like a single of us just making a track as a single. But we added it to his project later. So we knew that was going to promote anything else we did.
Right. You know, so he got the beat for free, but then he also wanted some bread to rhyme on it? I made the beat, right? D.I.G.G.A.Z put up some bread to get Rick Hyde, but it wasn't like his regular fucking price. You know what I'm saying? It was like a homie inside price. So I'm like, yo, I'll throw some scrape on that
just to make it complete.
Okay.
He showed up to the studio. He was on tour over here. Knocked out, brought the videographer to the studio, shot the shit. Nigga, the studio was looking crazy. Niggas was smoking weed. He performed the whole shit. Because usually we would have to pay him to be in the video too. So since they homies, I kind of rode the Grease wave and trusting in him because we already had an album together.
Right.
That wave, and then we got that shit, and I just threw a little on. He paid most of it because he's like a rapper, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I threw the beat, and now that's one of our best songs, the best songs I ever did. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like knowing people in there, and then you show your work to the person in there, then you ask again. You know what I'm saying? And then I worked with him. I might work with El Camino. So that's three people out of BSF I work with.
Right.
Now when I ask Benny, met Benny 4 times. You think I'm not going to get a all right price, nigga? Or maybe it's like, nigga, you get it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. When you say an all right price, is that giving him beats for his project or for your project?
No, I want to own the shit.
Right. So you're paying him for his.
I might even trade. I might be like, yo, hop on this and I'll throw you another one that you like. Do what you want with it. Right. If it makes it, it makes it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm trying to do trades right now. So look, I'll throw you a couple beats.
Right.
I got a little playlist that you can't download the shit. You can just listen, right? Pick 2 of them you keep, but throw me one. Or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the only way I can control anything is if I get the vocals. You know what I'm saying? That's when I can control the cover. That's when I can control when it comes out. You know what I'm saying? Then I tell them like, yo, I need to be main artist on anything you pick. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how Alchemist and all these niggas do it. You know what I'm saying?
Because I saw you have an album to be have your name and so and so.
Every song I work with niggas is like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been releasing every 3 weeks for 2 years, right? It's been like a month. I haven't missed a month, right? It's starting to like build. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't doing shit in the beginning. Like I really set it off with Vic Spencer. But after a year, like people are starting to playlist my shit or save it in their playlists and shit. Right. And like the streams after 2 years are starting to like really be something. You know what I'm saying? Be 100.
Right.
On some light. So maybe this will look better. Okay. Yeah, bro. Like I sent my beats out before. Like I was on Twitter and niggas tagged me when Conway said, yo, send beats here. I said, other niggas, they tag me on the shit, but then it's like, I'm not going to say the artist's name. I sent him a pack. He ain't picked none of my shit. Usually they'll say like, yo, if you change this one up a little bit, you know, like you're not good enough yet. He just ain't even do shit. And I don't want to feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, like, I want to be in my little zone, and I'm the man in my zone. You know what I'm saying? So why not give the homie 100 gram Royce that fucking 183rd Street recommended me? Now he's working with freaking Max B's producer. On my shit, I throw him like a bottle, couple bucks, get some za, and he gives me hits off the dust shit. Like, you know, and I know that nigga's never gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? So I just like to control my own shit, bro.
Right.
If I can, if I gotta sacrifice like not buying Madden for maybe working with somebody that could be the next Common or some shit, that I've been scoping their shit to believe, I'll do that shit, and I control the track. You know what I'm saying? Right. I can work with them, and maybe they work the same job, and they can put 50 on it. Or some playlists or some shit or some advertising. I'd rather do that because yo, you work with enough people, somebody gonna blow the fuck up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm working shit. Like, and I've been doing it for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And then getting like that Rome Streets feature, like he really put me in the game with that shit. Like, I got the coverage from all these blogs and shit. Copy down all the email addresses, right? Follow everybody that posted my shit, scoured the internet on whoever posted it, and then I had all those connects. You know what I'm saying? I followed up with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I work with Rome Streets here, but I'm working with somebody else over here. You know, and then my quality, like, I'm not working with struggle niggas no more. You know what I'm saying? Like the round the way nigga that spits, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
Now you say the struggle nigga. What do you mean by that? As far as like
somebody that like, yo, I freestyle, I rap, but they're not totally serious about it. You know what I'm saying? Or they're not thinking every day of how to get better. You know, or like this isn't what they don't have a plan for like 4 months down the road. You know what I'm saying? Or like you could just tell that they ain't like this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Like they just fucking around. You know what I'm saying? I used to have niggas rap on my shit and it'd be like, I'm trying to get better. I know I'm not fucking Dr. Dre, but you're not writing every day type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
So when you say that, so a lot of these struggle dudes, they'll do the music, come down, record or whatever, but when it comes to advertisement, shooting the video, they don't want to put any money into it or nothing like that. They just think it's gonna happen on its own.
And they don't like try to figure out like steps ahead. Like we gonna need a cover, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, even if you shoot the video with your camera phone, like we gotta try to figure out how to drop content. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got any plugs, nigga? Like, you don't know no video people, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're just not in it. And yo, I felt like I was like that for a second too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not like, you know, you got to study this shit and like build up your plugs through like experience. I wasn't like that for a second. Like I was going out every weekend, getting drizz, like hoes, and like my weekend was like a regular kind of weekend. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't family and music. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I'm practicing every day. Even if the beat is trash, I learned something new. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or it's not telling everybody happy birthday or congratulations, trying to keep my connects right. Like that wasn't on my mind. But now it's like you gotta live it. You know what I'm saying? Like so I love this shit, bro. Like I'm just going on the pace where I can't stop. Like I built up all these songs and these songs ain't going old. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I want to start working with Eddie Kane, Passport Rav. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas that like send my track back in like 27 minutes and I got the track outs. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But yo, Bhramabull, man, I appreciate you dropped a lot of jewels, a lot of education in this video, man. But let everybody know where they can reach you and hear your music and everything.
All right. Everything's Bhrama, Brahma, Bhrama, and it's in the bio of my Instagram. You know, I got grindfestmusicgroup.com. I'm selling some shirts up there. I just released like the project with Rim. That's on barsnobs.com. But I got some shirts. Everything's Bhramabull. And the YouTube is Bhrama TV. Bhrama.
All right. Yo, Bhramabull, salute, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. You gave a very eye-opening interview. I salute you. Your joint is fire. All the stuff I heard was fire.
Now, how'd you find me?
I've been hearing your name. I've been hearing your name, seeing the name. And one of the artists I work with, Mr. Ripley, he said, "Yo, did you interview Bhramabull?"
Yup.
I was like, "Nah, but I've been hearing this dude name and I hear his work and whatnot." You know what I mean? So I said, "Okay," and I went to look a little further. So I did that today. So I got him. He said he's good to go with the interview. And I sat there all day and I just did my homework and I listened. I'm like, okay, he worked with a lot of heavy hitters, you know, because I've heard your name, but not a whole lot.
Right.
You know, but I've heard the name.
It's starting to hit the surface.
Yeah, it's starting to surface. It's starting to surface, man. So yeah, man, yo, I had to get you on here. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it.
I had to get you on here and talk to you. All right. No doubt.
All right, follow up with me. I appreciate
absolutely.
You.
All right, peace.
All right, peace.
And they make cupcakes sweet. Acknowledge that you are God. Your name will not be Cupcakes, Julio, or anything else. It will be
rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes disperse the weather. Grinding on my earth is wetter as I get this verse together. Carving left Shabbat the stones, mathematical, practical, army, militia, tactical. Rockin' chrome, we stand alone. Told you before I'm branded, dismantle phones. I ran my zone, sleeping on you rappers, creeping on you actors. Willie Lynch syndrome is always a factor. From Charlotte to Decatur, we great debaters. You get it now or later. I love you haters, feed you to the gators. Wanna be Mike, meanwhile living like Tito. Tall order, money shorter than Danny DeVito.